For the second year in a row, the salary cap heading into free agency is much larger than what was anticipated, which means the Giants are going to have more money this year and more money in the coming years. We got big news to talk about. First, though, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We are almost at our goal of 66,000 subscribers. If you want free, informative, entertaining updates every day on your New York Giants, hit that sub button right now. Welcome into New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. Appreciate everybody for stopping by. As we are just a couple weeks away from free agency being opened up and the new league year being kicked off, Roger Goodell in the NFL has let all 32 teams know the new salary cap number, which is way larger than what it was supposed to be. And also, it sounds like in 2029, it could go to the moon. What does this mean for the Giants? More money now, more money in the future, and a real opportunity for Joe Schoen to improve this football team. Brett Coleman, one of the best NFL YouTubers out there, saying this: the salary cap is going to explode again. And it's all because of this change in how Nielsen, I believe is how you say it, measures ratings. Starting this year, they are leaning into using data directly from smart TV manufacturers to measure views habits in addition to the traditional at-home panel method. This means NFL ratings, in particular from Sunday Ticket on YouTube, are going to be more accurately measured. And that number is going to be way bigger than you think because of just how many Gen Z and millennials consume football on streaming services. More accurate ratings means the league's next broadcast right negotiation in 2028 and 2029 is going to be way more expensive, which ultimately means massive jumps in the salary cap. If I'm a GM, says Coleman, that means next year, or maybe even this year, I can sign some truly outrageously backloaded deals with a ton of funny money that all slams home in 2030 and not even care about the math. So to all boil that down into this, the cap's going to explode again like it has the last 2 years, but in 2029 when that broadcast deal is up for renegotiation, and the Giants should factor that in to how they are going about signing players this offseason. Every team is going to do it, and we'll show you that every team except for two, including the New York Giants, are already using an NFL loophole, and I think this is this spring actually, is Joe Schoen is going to get involved. Dan Graziano broke the news yesterday that the NFL informed teams that the 2025 per-team salary cap will fall in the range of $277.5 million to $281.5 million, way up from last year's $255.4 million. Cap will have increased by more than $53 million over the last 2 years, and we are only getting started. You go back to 2011, you see where the salary cap was, and it went up marginally into 2012, and it went up by $3 million. Then a big spike up by 10, then another $10 million, then $12 million, then 12 more, then 10, then 11, and then 10 again. Then you get 2021, and it actually went down a little bit. Wonder why it went down in 2021? There was a global pandemic. But boom, 2022, right back up nearly almost $26 million, up to $208 million. Then up almost $15 more million. Then last year, it took a huge jump of $30 million. And then this year, it's projected, not even projected, it was projected to be around 260, 265. Looks like it could be now in between 277 and $281.5 million. Doug Rush, shout out to him. Awesome Twitter follow, makes awesome Giants content. Saying the Giants have around $45.1 million in current cap space, according to Spotrac. So once the 2025 salary cap is determined, the Giants should have over $50 million to make potential moves in free agency, in trades, in contract extensions, and everything of the sort. Why is this great news for the Giants? One, because you're a lousy football team. And one of the best ways to improve your football team is by adding legit talent. And a way you can do that is in free agency. And now you got more bullets in the chamber to go out and do so. More cap space for the Giants now and later to build their foundation now and compete for the Super Bowl in the future. And I think the Giants kind of knew this because a couple of days ago, reports came out that the New York Giants ownership is exploring the possibility of selling a minority stake in the franchise. There's been talks that Floyd Mayweather is ready to offer up a huge bid. There's been rumors that Eli Manning wants to buy 10%. The Giants want to bring a lot more money into the organization because I believe that they knew that this was coming, and they know in 2029 that cap is going to the moon, and they need to take advantage of it right now. On the flip side, they need to get with the program. They need to start doing things that winning teams do, like the Philadelphia Eagles, like the San Francisco 49ers. You look at them. What do? They are number one and they are number two in most cap dollars currently spent in void years, meaning we're going to put fake money on the back of contracts when you're actually not on the team, which allows us to easily restructure your contract or give you an extension and push those large cap hits into the future. The New York Giants are one of two teams, one of two, to have $0 allocated in void years. Joe Schoen, it's time to smarten up. It's time to wise up, and it's time to get with the program. Start using void years and start running this organization like every other team in the NFL does, and know that in 2029, you are going to be able to have a huge amount of money come in, and you are going to be able to use that to your advantage right now. The salary cap is only going to increase each and every year. Remember last year, the cap came in at a number much higher than anticipated? Remember Hard Knocks? The one that they're never going to do again because the Giants were so lousy inside the front office. No team wants that inside access. Joe Schoen in those episodes said, we had no idea the salary cap was going to be this high. It altered our plans. Well, hopefully they were ready this time, and hopefully as I read the tea leaves and I start to find that red X on the map, the Giants know the cap is booming, and in 2029, it is going to the moon, and they need to start building up their team like that is going to happen. You're sitting at about $50 million in cap space right now. You're like 13th or 14th in the NFL. You can create more very easily as well. Restructure Brian Burns' contract. You save $16 million this year. That gets you up to $66 million. I can understand some hesitancy with Andrew Thomas and his restructuring of his contract, which essentially just pushes the larger cap hit into the future. And what's in the future? A lot more money, and a number that Andrew Thomas is owed then will be marginal compared to now, but he is coming off a major foot surgery with Liz Frank, so maybe you don't want to do that. You should absolutely do Brian Burns, though, and you should absolutely do Dexter Lawrence. This gives you about $26 million in additional cap space. So if you want to only do Burns and you only want to do Dexter Lawrence, that gets you to over $70 million, $73 million in cap space. And if you want to do all of it, you would have over $85 million in cap space to spend. And you would be able to go out and fight and be able to compete with some of these offers. Instead of trying to go to a gunfight with a knife, you actually have the spending ability to go out and do so. And you have multiple positions of need. This isn't slowing down, guys. This isn't. And I need Joe Schoen, I need John Mayer to understand that you need to improve this team right now, and it's okay to spend a little bit more money than you anticipate. Look at this. Netflix is set for a $150 million NFL Christmas test as stock heads to best year since 2015. You see all these games going on streaming services, which I personally hate. You see all these games overseas being bought by streaming services. The NFL is the most popular sport right now, and I think it's going to soon cross over soccer. On NFL streaming games, Peacock said it reported $110 million for last season's wild card playoff game between the Chiefs and Miami Dolphins. This year, that exclusive postseason streaming slot was awarded to Prime Video for $120 million. Netflix Payday reported $150 million for a pair of Christmas Day games, which means this year it'll land on a Wednesday. Look, get to work, Joe. Start being creative. Start being aggressive. Because right now, the heat of your seat, it's hotter than ever. And you have holes at premium positions that are going to require premium dollars. So go out and spend it, and let's get this team back on a winning track. And if you're going to draft a rookie quarterback, which from what I have heard and everybody you talk to and everything you read, if Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders is on the board when the Giants are on the clock at pick number 3, they're going to be a New York Football Giant. And if you plan to do that, you need to plan now to have that money that's coming in the future help you build this team right now. The only goal the Giants should have this year is to build up the supporting cast and create a system and a structure where a rookie quarterback can thrive. Don't waste his rookie year. Go get a great receiver. Go get a great interior offensive lineman. Go get another weapon. Add another running back. Get a legit tight end. Do whatever you need to do to make sure that rookie quarterback can be successful. And with this new money coming in, you have no excuses. None. I don't want to hear any of it. Oh, I want to compete for today and win for tomorrow. Well, you didn't compete yesterday and you're not winning now. So toss that BS line out of here, Joe Schoen. Go spend some of John Mayer's money and go maybe spend some of Floyd Mayweather's money or Eli Manning's money or whoever's coming in to throw in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of $1 million to grow this team. Build up the offense and let's go to work. Just do it. Stop being scared. Stop being weird. Go pay big money for a receiver. Go get in the T. Higgins business. Go get in the Trey Smith business. Go get the best 2 offensive free agents. Then you might be able to keep your job. Because if you don't grow on offense this year, and the Giants end the 2025 season with doubt about the quarterback they picked and no growth on offense, Joe Schoen, you're going to be filing for unemployment, my man. You will never work again in the NFL. And Brian Dable, you're going to be known as the offensive coordinator that rode the coattail of Josh Allen, and you couldn't get anything done as a head coach. So how about you go do something, and you improve this football team? I got a couple more thoughts coming up in a second, but go get your Malik Neighbors jersey today. Go to chatsports.com/neighbors. That's chatsports.com/neighbors. Get your Malik Neighbors jersey today. That way we can rock and roll for the 2025 season. Let's talk about some free agent quarterbacks as well. Maybe with this new information, that means that the Giants could be a little bit more interested in a guy like Sam Darnold. If not, you want that cheaper bridge quarterback that every organization thinks they're getting at a cheap rate. I'll tell you this much. If every team thinks they're getting someone at a cheap rate, they're not. That's only going to drive up the price in Justin Fields. Maybe you could afford to pay Russell Wilson and still draft a quarterback at number 3 overall. Like, if you're not signing one of the top 3 guys, I'm going to be pretty disappointed at this point. I know we've talked up Jameis Winston and we've talked up other players. Go sign one of those top 3 guys, or let's just not even suit up for next year because you're not a serious organization. And then go get him a legit receiver. Maybe T. Higgins finds a way to get out of Cincinnati with this franchise tag, getting a little crazy. Maybe a guy like Amari Cooper becomes someone that you want to go out and sign. Maybe you look at someone like Stephon Diggs. Maybe you could pry away Chris Godwin. Maybe someone like Devontae Adams is going to be a free agent. You can go pay him. Other receivers like Cooper Kupp could be out there. There is no excuse. And I tweeted this out, and I absolutely mean it. Joe Schoen, if you enter next season with Wan'Dale Robinson as wide receiver 2, that is a death sentence. You will be fired, and I don't even think you'll finish the season. And then go get some protection for your rookie quarterback. Because if you can't protect the rookie quarterback, you're not going to protect your job. Trey Smith, get it done. Will Fries, sure. One of those 2 guys need to be New York Giants. We also talk about the defensive tackle position needing an upgrade. There's plenty of talented young men out there that can help this defensive line and take some pressure off of Dexter Lawrence. Again, I want to make it abundantly clear, though, for me, the priority should be offense, offense, offense. If the Giants' defense takes a marginal step, but the Giants' offense does not, no one's going to give a shit if you're the 14th scoring offense compared to 21st. You're still going to be fired. There's DTs out there. There's corners out there. There are some really good players set to hit free agency. Would love to get Charvarius Ward over here. Would love to see Byron Murphy as a New York Football Giant. Go spend some money. Go do it. If you want the Giants to be aggressive this offseason, hit that thumbs up icon. I'm tired of watching a team win 3 games. I'm tired of watching Tommy DeVito be the number 1 storyline of our football team. Show some damn pride. It's a joke. Make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram, @MarshallGreen_. Hit me up, and let's go Big Blue.